I filmed 3 different surf sessions in 24 hours. Why does that mean anything? Well, lately here in Southern California, the waves have been so bad that I was lucky if I got enough waves to film 1 session every 2 or 3 weeks. I apologize to those of you who live somewhere that never gets waves. But hey, this is Southern California and the last 2 months have been absolutely rough. I'm Brad Jacobson and I run around chasing waves, the people who ride them, and tell stories about these adventures. So this is what I saw as I pulled into the lot the morning of Tuesday, January 4th. That looked too good to be true. And of course it was. Yeah, it wasn't that good, but it wasn't that far off either. Waves were waist to head high with pretty good shape, especially for El Porto standards. Look at Mike Edwards get 6 turns on 1 wave. Normally here at El Porto, it takes about 10 waves to get in 6 turns. In case you're trying to do the math on that one, at least 4 of those 10 will be closed out before you even get going. Speaking of things that never happen here, how did this wave make it all the way through without even one surfer at least attempting to ride it? This is, after all, one of the most crowded spots on the entire West Coast. Hey, wait, there's another one. What is going on? Let's get back to the ones that did get ridden. Some got ridden ridiculously well. And others, well, they get an A for effort. The only downside to the swell was the tide. It was abnormally high, swamping the waves out. Some surfers looked more like they were snowboarding than surfing. On the positive side, the high tide helped to keep many waves open, granting surfers a longer open-faced ride. But even the super high tide couldn't keep all those famous El Porto closeouts away. That morning, session number 1 was fun. A few hours later, I got a call from Casey Neistat saying that the waves were still fun. Pro surfer Dor Byton called with the same report, so I packed up and headed back to the beach for session number 2. The waves still had fun size and decent conditions for it being a late afternoon session. outdoor was out there pulling off some crazy floaters. Just look at that. Then I noticed something pretty amazing. This is just a floater wipeout, right? Nope. Watch again. Right as he's on the roof of the wave, you can see a whale blow out back. I kept an eye out back and found the whale blowing a few more times. Now, before you leave some perverted comments below about the whale blow, I actually looked it up. That's what it's called. At least that's what the internet told me, and we all know the internet is always right. And then I got distracted by this picturesque sailboat sunset scene and completely missed Casey landing an air reverse. I think he got mad that I blew the shot because he went in and started pumping something that I can only imagine is some sort of a cannon strapped to the top of this car. Luckily, his aim was off. Hey Casey, I think you're going to owe this guy a new board. Back out in the water, the sun was setting and surfers were scraping to get as many waves as they could while there was still enough light. Finally, session number 3, a morning session the very next day. This session started off with clear skies. The waves were smaller and the high tide was still in effect, but there were plenty of fun waves to be had. In fact, it was so fun that surfers actually enjoyed sharing waves. There was a Disney-like harmony out there. Until a fog bank rolled in like something out of a horror movie. The incoming fog and crazy crowd didn't deter Sal from paddling out.
What better way to start the new year than little 3-4 footers at El Porto, the most uncrowded wave in America.
But it did make filming nearly impossible. I was able to grab a few clips before calling it quits. I found Roz as she came out of the water, and she confirmed that it was as hard to surf as it was to film.
It's really hard to see. You basically just have to turn around and paddle. You don't know when the wave's going to hit you or where you're at, really. Pretty disorienting. It's fun though.
Yeah.
So there you have it, my 2-day adventure of getting 3 filming sessions in. Stay tuned to my channels. I'm preparing to chase an incoming week-long swell that looks really good. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm Brad Jacobson, and I'll see you on the sand.